At a construction site, experience is one of the most valued qualities a professional can have. Workers who have spent years in the field develop strong instincts, practical knowledge, and the ability to solve problems quickly. Their confidence often helps teams move forward with efficiency and precision. But sometimes, the very experience that protects a worker can slowly turn into something unexpected: exposure to risk. Carlos had worked in construction for more than 15 years. He had participated in large projects, trained younger workers, and earned the respect of supervisors and teammates. Whenever a complex task appeared, people often turned to him for guidance. His knowledge came from real situations. He understood equipment, materials, and the rhythm of the job site. Because of this, Carlos often felt comfortable in environments that seemed challenging to others. One morning, the team gathered for their daily safety briefing. The supervisor reviewed the plan for the day, which included moving structural materials to a higher level of the building. Procedures were explained clearly. Equipment checks were confirmed. Safety barriers were installed. Everything followed the standard protocol. Carlos listened carefully but felt relaxed. He had done similar tasks many times before. In fact, he could almost predict each step before it happened. The routine felt familiar. As work began, newer employees moved cautiously, checking each instruction carefully. Carlos, on the other hand, moved with natural speed. His confidence allowed him to complete tasks efficiently, and others admired his rhythm. However, something subtle started to happen. Because the process felt routine, Carlos began relying more on memory than on observation. Instead of reviewing every detail around him, he assumed the conditions were the same as previous days. The job site looked familiar, but construction environments change constantly. Materials shift pathways, move. Equipment positions evolve. A small adjustment had been made earlier that morning to improve the workflow of the area. It was properly communicated during the briefing, but Carlos had not fully focused on that detail. While moving through the work zone, he approached a path he had used many times before. A coworker nearby quickly reminded him that the access route had changed slightly due to newly placed materials. Carlos paused immediately and adjusted his direction. Nothing serious happened. The reminder came at the right moment, but the situation left him thinking. For the first time that day, he realized how easily familiarity had influenced his attention. Experience had given him skill, but it had also created a sense of automatic behavior. Without noticing, he had started trusting routine more than observation. Later that afternoon, Carlos shared his reflection during a short team discussion. He explained that experience should make a worker more careful, not less attentive. The danger, he said, appears when routine replaces awareness. The team appreciated his honesty. Younger workers listened closely, realizing that even the most experienced professionals must remain alert. The supervisor added an important message to the conversation. Experience is a powerful advantage, but construction sites are dynamic environments. Every day brings new conditions, new challenges, and small changes that require attention. When workers rely only on past knowledge, they risk overlooking present realities. The discussion led to a simple improvement in their daily practice. Before starting tasks, each worker would pause briefly to scan the work area, even if the job seemed familiar. This small habit encouraged everyone to reset their awareness at the start of each activity. Over time, this practice strengthened the safety culture of the team. Carlos continued to be a respected professional on the site, but his perspective evolved. He understood that true experience does not mean acting automatically. It means recognizing that every situation deserves fresh attention. The story became an important lesson shared with new employees. Experience builds skill. Skill builds confidence, but confidence must always be balanced with awareness. At a construction site, safety is strongest when knowledge from the past meets careful observation of the present. Because sometimes the greatest risk is not in what we do not know. It is in what we believe we already know too well.